Assassin's Creed Shadows is now out. Well, if you are an influencer or a shill at least, it doesn't come out for the rest of us mere mortals until tomorrow. But rest assured, I have it pre-installed and I will play it so you good people can make an informed decision about what you want to do with your hard-earned cash. But that hasn't stopped the internet from absolutely savaging what they have seen so far. And to be honest, I can't even believe some of it myself. So let's go have a little look, shall we? Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. The review embargoes have been lifted on the brand new Assassin's Creed game, Shadows, which follows a black male protagonist. Ubisoft decided to go with that title, and I will never stop emphasizing that because we seem to hear in today's current deism a lot about unconscious bias and all these kinds of things, so I'll let that sit with you once again. And let's just say there is a very similar note that's being struck with this game as it was struck with Dragon Age the Veilguard. Remember this string of reviews? Dragon Age the Veilguard, triumphant return to form. It's without a doubt a return to form. Dragon Age the Veilguard is a return to form. Dragon Age the Veilguard is a return to form. Dragon Age the Veilguard is a triumphant return to form. It's as if there was somebody or something that was really hoping to hear a certain phrase in their reviews. Oh yes, it was the narrative director, John Epler, who said, "So, 5 years ago, when I rejoined the project as narrative director after hiatus on Anthem, I was asked my goals for the project, and one of the ones I put was, I want to see the phrase, a triumphant return to form for BioWare in at least one review." Well, John, you got your wish over and over and over again. And it didn't stop the game from being a pile of shite either. So with that in mind, let's just have a look at some of the reviews, shall we, for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Oh my god, Assassin's Creed Shadow review. A feudal return to form. Assassin's Creed Shadows review. A return to classic form. Assassin's Creed Shadows is an exciting return to form. I think Assassin's Creed Shadows may truly be a return to form, which in itself is actually a really interesting narrative to have, because when Assassin's Creed Mirage came out a couple of years or so ago, they were saying that that game was a return back to basics, to classic Assassin's Creed. But now this one is a return to form. So were you lying about Mirage? Sorry, I'm overthinking this. It's very difficult for you to answer me anyway, because you got Ubisoft's dick in your mouth. Remember recently when the creative director of Assassin's Creed Shadows says that the devs are, quote, trying to listen to Japanese fans and assure them that they're open to, quote, good and warranted criticism, when one of the biggest criticisms of the game has been, why is there a black male protagonist lead in this feudal Japanese game and not a Japanese male? To which Ubisoft said, Japan, stop being so racist! But we all knew, of course, that that just meant we'll only accept what we want to accept, and any valid criticism, particularly with our ESG and DIE-isms, will go ignored. In actual fact, nothing says we respect a nation more than sticking morbidly obese female sumos into feudal Japan, which never existed. Who ate all the rice? Who ate all the rice? You fat bastard, you fat bastard, you ate all the rice. Having Yusuke as a samurai fighting for the Japanese liberation, which never happened, and of course, splattering current day pride flags all over your game with they, thems, and nonsense like that. Yes, Ubisoft clearly have a huge respect for the Japanese people, but the proof is in the pudding, and it's time to see what the game is like in terms of gameplay, characterization, dialogue. And let's just say with a few things that have come out, there might be a couple of question marks above some people's heads right now.
Dude, just what the hell? Dude's walking around without a head. What the hell? Okay, that's a first. This guy don't give a fuck. What is going on?
Come on, dude, don't be so harsh. This is Ubisoft. It's a small independent game company, and Assassin's Creed Shadows only cost $250 to $350 million to make. In actual fact, one of the recent delays on it, which was a 3-month delay, Yves Guillemot, head of Ubisoft, said that cost the company 20 million euros just to do that. This love scene between Yasuke and whoever else is here is nothing short of just absolute cringe.
I don't think I've ever seen you quite so tongue-tied.
Not yet, at least. I hope you aren't easily chilled. Do you think someone might see us?
Maybe.
Do you care?
Not at all.
The other person with a suke in that scene was called Ibuke, and they identify as a non-binary, they/them, because of course we know that this was all a rage in feudal Japan back in those days, but of course you got to get your current day isms in your Western games, haven't you now? But what quite literally took the biscuit, or actually, should I say mushroom, if we're talking literal, was some of the voice acting that went alongside this scene.
Resentment can grow quietly without much warning after a storm. Mushrooms can too. Shiitake?
Mushrooms. The smell of dirt, grass, and rain.
Excuse me? What the fuck was that?
Resentment can grow quietly without much warning after a storm. Mushrooms can too.
Am I the only person that when they heard that was thinking this?
In China, they say, Chiggy Chang Wang Charlie Chan Chicka Chaka Choka Cha.
No, not that. That's just DSP on a regular day, and he's talking about the Chinese. I was thinking more this.
Mr. Go right through.
Who was the casting director? Mickey Rooney from Breakfast at Tiffany's? I mean, I can't even believe that this is real. And if this is real, not Israel, Israel, then why does it just sound like an AI bot? Because that has to be AI, because that can't be a regular human being, because a regular human being couldn't sound so fucking abysmal, even if they are trying to do an impression of a Japanese person, and they're clearly not, because they're trying to do English Japanese, but everyone is, so the whole thing sounds racist as fuck anyway. But I hope it is real. Not Israel, Israel. I'm going to start my playthrough tomorrow, probably around 10 a.m. UK time. And I want to experience it all for myself and allow you, beautiful people, the opportunity to make an informed decision about what you want to do with your coin. But something tells me that when we go deep into the shadows, we're going to find some very interesting things indeed. I'll see you in the next video. You take care. Bye for now.